morning, heart and soul. Good morning. I bring you a message this morning that last month we asked you to help us prepare birthday cards, excuse me, for Reverend Francione. And so today, I knew at the time that we were in in her last days. And so it was a very special project from our heart that we wanted to deliver to hers. So Reverend Francione has made her transition, and the lovely message is that when she went in, she was in hospice in her son's home, and he read her each and every card. And he reports that she was so very pleased and joyous about our contribution. I want to give a shout out to Reverend D. Jacqueline Edwards, who whose brainchild it was to reach out to Heart and Soul and East Bay Church and Oakland Center, all of which held Reverend Francione deep in our hearts because she'd been our teacher and, just she was one of the first religious science ministers that I met back in the 80s. And so I'm so very, very grateful that we participated. And so thank you for that. Thank you. What a legacy indeed. That is part of this series for my Sunday messages is still resting in interdependence. And so even our outreach is a part of just honoring that we're not alone, that none of us is alone, and that there's a way for us to express that we're in this together, that we are truly, in an Al Jarreau kind of way, we're in this love together. Yes? Yes. And so that's a part of it. And also, this film that IJ, Imagining Justice, is in collaboration with Conscious Living and the Center for Conscious Living and Dying is a part of us actualizing our sense of interdependence. And I just have to say, it's a path that all of us are going to take. I know for some, it we want to be more ostrich-like in our response, in our reaction, really. And I'm going to encourage us to let go of that. There's no way. That is the way out, and we all will take it, and it will just be a question of how we will do it, and how attentive we are for our own needs and others, our loved ones. And so all of that to me is in our spiritual container of interdependence. How are we going to be? And what are we going to do that supports our own grace and the grace that we're committed to for our loved ones? So I encourage you to not just go and be here, on Sunday, August 17th from 3:30 to 6:30. So you'll leave here after the service, you'll go brunch and do what you do, maybe change clothes. I don't know what y'all will be doing, but then come back. And if you're at home and you're choosing to be at home that Sunday, then you will come in to experience the film. It is only an in-person experience. So I apologize. It's a film, so we're not putting it on Zoom. But for those of you who are local, I encourage you not just to come, but to share it. Sometimes we wait till we get here or after and tell people and be like, oh, I wish I told you. Well, I'm telling you, wish you told them in advance so that folks can be here for whom it could really make a difference. Yes, we're in this together. Let's act like it. Yes, and I'm grateful to Suzette and Damali for their leadership in imagining justice, that they would bring this to Heart and Soul. We are very, very grateful. So I'm still rocking with the unseen power within you, continually kind of developing this model that you see on the screen right now. And so I'm going to be with that. Shout out to Reverend Angelo for last week when he was holding it down and lifting it up. Yes? Yes, because I watched the video and I just thank you, Reverend Angelo. I love and appreciate you so very, very much. You're truly my spiritual brother. And so I'm loving the way that you put it together. And that he really kind of, we were moving in that direction. But what I got from my brother Angelo is hurry up and mention the divine reality part. Don't leave that to the end. Bring that in right now. And so I know how to take a cue. And so I'll be including that as we continue to evolve our model. I've included your ask, Reverend Angelo. I want you to know that all of this is working together. We've had our second session of summer school. It's not too late to join. We have 2 more sessions. A lot of what we do, if there are some things, some classes that if you're not there in the beginning, you cannot just join midway. That isn't double Dutch. This is double Dutch like. You can get in the middle of this, okay? And so it's a deep dive from the inside out. I want to give you a little sense of what we're up to. We are looking at realms of consciousness overlaid with the work of the 15 commitments. So we're looking at whether the degree to which we are living above the line or below the line. Now, we've talked about realms of consciousness a lot, where we're looking at anytime we feel like we are being victimized, anytime you have that energy that something is being done to you, you are living below the line. There's no way to feel victimized and put upon and anything related to that and be above the line. The above the line is our own emotional maturity. It's operating at a level, it's also a level of leadership. It's about relationships. It's all of that. And so I'm inviting you to join us. There are 4 questions that I want to leave you with as I'm just kind of giving you a peek of summer school if you've not been there, or a little review if you have. That the 4 questions are: number 1, location. So where am I? In any given moment, when you're responding, when you're reacting, when something is happening in your life, pause for a moment and say, now, where am I? Is this a below the line? Am I feeling victimized? Am I feeling put upon? Am I trying to take my earrings off in this moment before I start some other activity? Some of y'all understand what I mean. Where am I? I'm below the line. Then take a moment of self-acceptance to say, oh, I see you below the line. That doesn't mean I'm going to beat up on you. It doesn't mean I'm going to immediately enter into blame and shame, but it does mean that I'm going to look at my willingness to shift. And if I'm not willing to shift, I'm going to accept me for not being willing to shift right now. This is not a mountaintop teaching. If I can't even count the times that I'm like, it's almost like that voice that says, well, now what about your Shut up! I'm here reacting to something. Don't be telling me about the affirmation. What about your little song, your little book that you can go to lift your, if you don't hush? Because I'm thinking about how I'm going to react, how I'm going to get I got a plan. And at some point, no matter how long it takes, we pray that we come to ourselves and we spend some time looking at how can I shift? How can I move from below the line? How can I move from this impress that is not supporting me, from this sense of something being done to me, to this sense of having dominion and knowing that something can be done by me, and better yet, through me. depending upon how I can move through and move more deeply. You know, our theme is from the inside out, but we're looking more deeply at that. Yes? Yes. Okay, so look, let's do this thing. This, there's this, there's a song that Valerie Trout and Thomas are going to bring us this morning. And part of the lyric is, listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. So it's a call to action. So the day is unfolding, but your role is to challenge what looks like a fait accompli. It isn't. You have the wherewithal. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Go ahead, release your fears. Valerie Trout and Thomas Hughes.
Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Herald what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve your puzzles in your own sweet time. Some have more cash than you. Others take a different view. But my, oh my, hey, hey, hey. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta stay calm. You gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. 'Cause time asks no questions. It goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part of danger is staring you in the face. Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. That's all I know, love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day. And all I know, love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day.
Yeah. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Thomas. All I know is that love will save the day is a divine reality. Do, y'all don't get. Y'all at home, help me out, please. Look, we're looking at how we construct, how we create, how we put together our personal reality, because that's what we live in. And there is a divine reality in which our individual personal realities exist. But we are designing those. So when you have given up, whatever it is, the relationship, the bank account, the loan process, because you've already decided that they're not going to give it to you, whatever it is that you have as you've set as your personal reality, it exists in the infinite field that is the divine reality. Is this making sense? Yes. So when one is saying, all I know is God is all there is, that's a divine reality. Yes? Now, it doesn't mean that each of us from day to day, so we sing, all I know is love will save the day. And then I could say, it's the preacher in the room, prove it. Show me the videotape of your life last week. Somebody said this morning. But that's how living is. It's not that we don't know. It's that we haven't arranged our affairs, how we're thinking, how we're being, what we're believing. Yes, how we're feeling. That's really okay. Let's look, because you see, Revelo, I have added God is good and divine reality as the container, if you will, for our personal reality. And I've also, it used to just say my reality. And again, I'm emphasizing lowercase r, because it's not the divine reality that is the uppercase R. It's the little personal reality, which is going to change. Because right now you may have changed your mind about something. And and your reality changed. Whereas divine reality is changeless. Y'all better ask somebody. Yes? Yes. So what I've changed it to is that your emotions and feelings, your thoughts, your attitude, your reactions and responses, your perceptions, your beliefs form my current and my desired reality. Oh, you're way more powerful than you know. Because if you're sitting or standing in any given moment and you're tapped in to your reality. Now let me just say, a lot of times we're not even aware. There's no conscious awareness of your personal reality. You're just out there kicking it. Whatever it is, it's just happening to you. It's just, all that's just going on. Yeah, y'all understand. And then there's a moment of, wait, what? Now you're in an empowering, now you can take dominion. Now you're in a buy me situation. You're not just rolling with however it's happening. You're like, wait, hold up. I'm not doing that. That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. Now, in that moment, if you're willing to tell the truth, you may see that all those photos of you lined up being that. But in this moment, you're empowered in any given moment to say, no more. It's what I call the prodigal son-daughter moment. Yes? What that represents, that's code to me for you can change this. You already have whatever is required to choose a different outcome. Is this clear? Okay. Somebody gets it. I appreciate it. Come on, tell me when it's working. Yes. So look. Lord. Okay, here we go. So how do we get there? We're always talking about change. See, I have this belief that in order to get here physically, you have passed other churches. There's one right next door. So you're choosing consciously. And in order to get to us online, you click past some other stuff. And so a lot of stuff. So you're choosing to be with us. What I believe is a part of the composite of a heart and soul solar profile is a desire for shift. And it doesn't mean that things are bad or awful or out of order. It's that you realize that you can, even in this field of infinite possibility, there's something more for you. Not from a place of greed, but from a place of uplift. I can uplift this. You know, I'm loving, I'm more forgiving, but I'm not like the master forgiver. So does that make sense? You're not the master lover. You're not the master, no matter what you claim, there still is an opportunity. There's space for an even greater expression of good. Yes. So there's abundance and prosperity, and it's not necessarily more. It may be more, and that's okay. And it can also be another aspect of it, like your choice for how you use it and how you hold it in terms of what it means. Does that make sense? So the question is always in my mind, because I feel like folks want to go somewhere. They're ready for a shift, or they're preparing for it, and it could be full transformation. Anywhere on the continuum of change, from a little shift, just a little, let me just tweak it some, to a major transformation after which you will need a new name. You know, in Scripture, when folks transform their lives, they had to have a new name, because your name is your nature. And when your nature shifts and is upgraded, you get a new name. Now, I'm not saying that that's what you need to do, but in your mind, you know you're different. Yes. When you work that stuff out and you're no longer holding the resentment, or you're no longer wanting revenge and plotting it thusly, you know that you're different. You see yourself different through new eyes, yes? Yes. So the question that I bring you, that I think folks ask, is how do we get there? Well, I think that the wise ones, no, I don't think, I know this because in my own research and reading, one of the first books that, I came through Terry Cole Whitaker. She was my first teacher. And one of the first books that she assigned was Neville Goddard's Your Faith is Your Fortune. That was one of the first ones. And he spoke to me. Now, he's old world, in some ways language and all, but he still, it like opened, like, it was just a whole other entree for me. So I say that the wise ones suggest you feel the feelings first. Does that make sense? Now, it may fly in the face of what are you thinking and believing. See, but beliefs, I think, are congealed thoughts. So you're going to get to belief way down the line. But first, what are you feeling? My sense is that our feelings bring us to this, to change. I feel like I can't be like this no more. I don't know what to do or how to do it, but I can't take no more. All I know is that this hurts, being like this. I feel like there's something more. When I had a coaching and practitioner practice, that was the synthesis of that was, I can't take no more. I don't want to be like this anymore. I want it to be different. I want to feel different. Yes? So let's start there and work to align our feelings and our thoughts. See, y'all don't even know the magic. The people at home are dancing. Aren't you? Tell them, just put it in the chat. I know y'all are dancing because you get it. When you consciously and intentionally Marry your feelings and your thoughts. That's like miracle making. When you do it long enough, you know it's not a miracle, you know it's principle. It's how it works. When your thoughts and your feelings and your thoughts align, that's the power. It's like you've built a fire. Yes. So it's like you have the igniter, whatever that is, a lighter, a match. You may be able to rubbing sticks, whatever it is. You got an igniter. You understand what I'm saying? See, I don't know what you're going through. So I don't know how you got it, but at some point, when you get that spark and you already have your wood put together or whatever your kindling is in that, this is the equivalent of feelings and thoughts coming together. And yes, you got the fire, the power to transform. Yes. Now, this is interesting. Some of y'all are so busy writing and doing your thing, I don't see no eyes hardly. But it's okay with me. It's okay. I'm just mentioning it. Because after a while, I thought, well, let me look over here. And the people over there weren't. And I thought, well, let me look. And I thought, you just going to have to go with this. Because we got classroom going on over here, y'all. So I don't know what you're doing at home. Because you know you just can play it back later. You're not worried about it. But these folks aren't the playback folks. These are the folks who are getting it right now. Yes? Say yes if that's you. Yes. Okay, look here. So are your feelings, I'm going to ask you to think about right now, bring to mind, everybody, bring to mind a situation, a circumstance that you know already isn't serving you at your highest level. So it's not bad. It's not awful necessarily. Now, for somebody to be like, yeah, it is. I'm bringing the worst to this example. But for some, it may just be a slight shift. You know what I mean? Like a 5% shift is all that's required to straighten this out. I don't know, but here's my question. When you bring that to mind, go within. Are your thoughts and your feelings about that in alignment? Are they in opposition? Let's get to it. Okay, the question is, are your thoughts and your feelings in alignment around this? I'll give you an example. I'm just going to call it it, so y'all can fill in the blank for whatever it is. It is your desired outcome. It's how you want to be. Could be making more money, could be living somewhere else under other circumstances, could be being with someone or someone else, could be on another job. It's change. Yes? Yes. Whatever it is your thought about it and your feeling, plural, feelings about it, are they in alignment? So for example, the thought may be, I want to live in a different situation, circumstance. A condo, larger house, want to downsize, whatever it is. But my feeling is that I don't really want to do that. I'm not worthy. I don't think I'll be able to qualify. The interest rates are higher now. That all gives me the feeling of it ain't going to happen. Does that make sense if I set it up that way for you? Okay. So you have a thought about how you want it to be, but you have feelings that when they present next to them, they don't even know each other. They're not talking to each other. In fact, they're about to duke it out. Because that's what happens. You got a thought that is the desire, but the feelings are getting ready to beat them up as soon as you let go of the thought. That thought is about to get beat down by the feeling. That's okay. So that's why. Okay. for any of us. See, some of y'all are trim and you've been trim all your days. That ain't so for a lot of us. So if this doesn't apply to you at all, just write, look, memorize the chart, something. Because for the rest of us, we come in and out of wanting to be a different size. And sometimes it's to fit in something we already have. Like I'm going to tell it all, one of our wardrobes. Some of y'all acting like you don't know that over time you have created a few different wardrobes in different sizes. Oh, you think I'm playing? So sometimes you don't even have to shop. You just wanting to get in to something that's already hanging in the back. Or now it's hanging in the garage maybe because you've already kind of given up on the possibility. So the feeling of the disappointment from the last 2 times will beat that thought down till it's unrecognizable, metaphorically speaking. Is this making sense? Okay. All right. So this is why what's important is to have the feelings and the thoughts be in alignment. If you want it, you have to feel it. You got to get the mind and the heart on the same page around this. And I'm saying whatever this desire, whatever this intention, whatever this vision is, yes? Now, it's a beautiful way to live, but let's just try it on one thing first. Yes? On whatever the desire is. So we're looking to have more alignment than we have opposition. And it's a natural thing, which is why it's able to just roll off my tongue. It's what we do as humans. That's why we're training ourselves to have a different experience. So we're beginning with my emotions and my feelings. Why? Because that's where we need to start. How am I feeling? And we are going above the line because we want the emotional maturity to not have our emotions run us. So as adults, when we say, well, I just feel that, I'm sorry, you don't get to do that no more. Because your feelings are yours. They don't just happen. Well, I just feel it. I'm gonna need you to take some responsibility, some dominion, and see if those feelings are the feelings. Are they in alignment with your heart's desire? This is a hard one for those of us as practitioners, because often when there's a health situation, there's so many thoughts that have been because here's the thing, with health, the more involved, the more involved the diagnosis, prognosis is, the more likely you are going to end up talking to strangers about it. You'll start with your GP, who you may have known for decades. And y'all, you have a relationship. You're not scared of that person. They're going to refer you to somebody who's going to refer you to somebody. And by the time you get down that path, you are speaking to someone who, 1, is on a timeline, and 2, who is working from a frame that you probably don't know anything about. So it's very, it's a slippery slope is the way I want to put it. For one, yes it is, for one to hold their own counsel, for one to really stay in their own thought and vision for what an outcome can be, and to also do their best to ensure that their feelings are aligned. Because there's so much input, none of which may support your intended outcome. So here's what I offer for that. Do your work early. Start it now, because it's when we look at stats, you're more likely to end up sitting in front of somebody than not. And if it's a not for you, you're just good to go. But if you do, you want to prepare you so that you're not as at the effect of that. Now, here's the other thing I'll say. Take somebody with you. So that they can take notes and you can hold your vision. You see what I'm saying? So you're doing your work. You're doing your affirmations. You're there. But it's such a slippery slope. Just getting in the parking lot, some of that's going to slide away. By the time you're in the elevator, you may or may not be able to grasp your vision. If someone is with you, their job is to allow you to hold your counsel. You may need them to drive so that you can just be with your, because you got your, it may not be enough to just have it. You may need it right here. On your device, on your 3x, I don't know what you need to have it on. But you probably need to have it right here and not go beyond that. And then they are taking notes for you, asking the questions. You are doing your best to stay centered, not following the fear, the doubt. You see what I'm saying? Because it'll call. Does any of this make sense? Yes. Okay. Here's what I'm offering. We must feel the truth if we're to demonstrate it. Let's flip that. If we're to demonstrate our desired outcome, we must feel it. If you don't feel it, it can't happen. Somebody here say, ain't gonna happen. Not quite how I would have worded it. But it means exactly the same thing. It ain't happening. And sometimes, oftentimes, if you haven't been here, you don't know that. You think you can get there, even as you doubt, even as you fear. And so I've come today to say we got work to do, y'all. And it's doable. It's doable. We're going to do this. Feeling is the secret behind the thought. Sometimes we worship at the altar of thought. Well, our feelings are just, as soon as you finish that, I got something for you. Because we're not paying them no attention. So I'm saying, make friends with those feelings and work it out. Yes? Yes. Okay. Neville says, through our power to imagine and feel our freedom to choose the idea we will entertain, humanity has control over creation. See, I thought they'd be dancing in the street. Through our power to imagine, to have a vision, an intended outcome, to get into how I want it to be, and to feel how it will be. This is essential. And our freedom to choose what your desire will be. See, it's laying it all out. You get to choose what you want. Bring your imagination to it so that it's real for you, so that you feel it. Yes? he says that gives you control over creation. And if you're doubting if that's the case, let me just say it's simple. He ain't saying nothing special. That is creation. That's what creation is. It's the imagination, it's the vision, it's the focus on that. It's knowing that that's real and bringing that to a place in you where you're accepting it as real. Yes? Control of the subconscious is accomplished through control of your ideas and your feelings. Oh, sookie, sookie. I don't know if y'all know what good news this is. I should have come in riding on a white horse with this. That's the only thing I'm missing. And a megaphone or something like, y'all, we free. As soon as you can really bring that to your consciousness and feel it. Mother Harriet, help us out. I'm trying to tell them. I know you know. I know you know. You don't have to be free to be in the experience, in the demonstrated freedom, in order to know you're free. You have to know it, and then the rest just falls away. Yes. Whew, come on. Come on. Joe Dispenza says. Now, Joe Dispenza, for me, is, a lot of times we're talking about the old folks. The Nevilles, the Emmett Fox, the Eric Butter, all on the other side of the veil. Ernest Holmes. Unity, the Fillmores, yes. You see what I'm saying? We got a whole bevy of folks, all of whom are gone. Now, the wisdom is still here, and we're grateful. But Joe Dispenza is working with all of that. So he's taken all of that and then offering it to us today and tomorrow and out into the future. Yes? Yes, so I'm loving it. He says in the quantum, it's feeling the emotion first that creates the experience we seek. When we're seeking the mystical, we eventually learn that trying to find it is not what gets us there. Feeling is what gets us there. Yes? Okay. So, Neville, ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the media. See, it's like I'm selling this. Y'all just holla uncle because I'm telling you the same thing in different ways, but I'm wanting it to pop off for different people. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, they didn't get it that way. Let me give it to them this way. Ernest says it, and Neville says it, and Dispenza says it. Who else can I say? I'm going to say something too. We just going to say stuff until finally the idea balloon pops. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt. Oh, but once it's felt, be it good or bad or indifferent, it must be expressed because that's what creation is. You are actively in the creative process, whether you want to be or not, which is why the word of caution is don't be out there saying and feeling things that you don't want to have in your life. Don't let whoever the occupant is of the White House or any of the chambers determine your outcome. Yes. Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. So we keep doing our affirmations, but if you're not feeling them, they're not working. That's why y'all come to the class and try to say, I did that already. I'm like, you're excused. If you've already done it, you're absolutely excused. But if you stay long enough, you'll realize that until you feel it, until you are the affirmation. What'd she just say? Until, see, there's that point at which you're no longer saying the affirmation. You are the affirmation. Yes? And that's when the creative process turns into the manifestation. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, here we go. All right, so we talked about feelings. Let's see if this. Oh. No? Okay. So look, let's do our affirmation then for feeling. I feel peace. I feel love. I feel empowered by spirit. Okay, so look, we're still working with this idea of, well, let me ask you, does your experience and or your environment determine your thought? Or does your thought determine your experience and environment? Pick one. Suzette's giving you a hint here. I don't know if y'all heard her online, but she was giving it up. Absolutely. Your thought is the determinant. So I invite you to look at how your thinking demonstrates in and as your life and your living. Okay? So we talked about feelings. And now we're talking about your thoughts, the quality of them. Okay? Because you're going to match them to your feelings, so we're really going to be discriminating here, aren't we? We're going to be very discerning about what's the thought that when I think it, it supports me in this outcome. And there's a lot of stuff we throw away. You know, that we say with I am. I'm tired. Well, you may actually need more rest. That could well be true for you. But the I am tired is another message. I don't know. You may not get the distinction, and if you don't, it's all right. I'm just saying it to the folks who are there. Yes? Okay. So we want to look at how our thinking demonstrates in our life, because it is. Our thoughts are the architects. Yes. Thank you, Suzette. So look, thought is creative. And the result, now we already have, this is not, so it's not an either or, it's a both and. Okay, so now that I'm talking about thoughts, we still have feelings spinning right here. So don't forget about me. Because it's how are we working these together? Yes? There's a power for good in the universe, and I can use it. Is a worthy thought about anything that looks like it may be a struggle, anything that looks like it may have a barrier present, anything that looks like there may be a hurdle to overcome. There's a power for good, and I can use it. Now, you're going to still need a feeling tone. It may not come right away because you're training your feelings to match your highest thoughts. They already know how to match the low-level ones. Yeah? So now we're training ourselves. We're looking at how do I put these together in the most beneficial way. Yes? Every thought is a blueprint. Oh, Father, forgive me. Because if that's true, I need to go now. Angelo, could you finish the talk? Because I need to go clean up my act. Right? We got to focus. Repeated thoughts become patterns. So for some of us, we are breaking patterns. I mean, literally, like chipping away at granite and marble, that kind of thing, yes? Because patterns become our reality. We've been thinking it so long, we feel it like that's just, what do we say? That's just how it is. It's always been like this, we say as the authority. And I say, yeah, for you it is. Because when one goes in hard like that, you go, yep. And I bet you can prove it. Sure enough. I just want you to remember that's not the whole story. It'll sound like it is. It'll sound like, so that's just what it is. Yes, you still are absolutely in the game. Ernest Holmes says that life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker whatever the thinker thinks into it. And I'm going to add, and feels about it. Because that's the clincher right there, yes? Okay, so we're on thoughts. What we demonstrate today, tomorrow, and the next day is not as important, Ernest Holmes says, as the tendency our thought is taking. You know, it's done unto you what? As we believe. And that's that groove. Whenever I've done that, I've seen in my mind's eye the groove that is cut. And that's what this is talking about. So it's the tendency of our thought. A groove is set so your thought naturally goes to, it ain't gonna happen. And you want to train it like it has gone to, what's his name, Caesar, the dog whisperer? Who? Milan. Thank you. You want your thought to have been trained by Caesar Milan in that way, metaphorically, so that it is doing things in ways that are absolutely in alignment with your desire, your heart's desire. Yes? Yes. It's the dominant attitude of our mind. And sometimes this is almost an advanced teaching. Because we humanly, it seems not y'all at home, you're advanced. But very often, it shows up like, I've been thinking that. You know what I mean? Just like, that ain't nothing, I thought that. But is it the groove of your thinking? Is it your dominant thinking? Because is there anybody who hadn't thought about winning the lotto? Without having purchased a ticket. See, I know my tribe. We just win in lotto and just the play and have not purchased ticket nan. Yes. And sometimes we present our thought at that same level. It has no basis in anything. There'll be no lotto winning, especially without even a ticket. There are not even any odds on that. So look, if everyday things are a little better, watch this. Watch how it happens. You're a little happier, a little more harmonious, a little more health-giving and joyous. If each day we are expressing more life, we're going in the right direction. That's all you have to do. You don't have to heal and be, just do a little something more. Just because you're training. This isn't magic. You want this to be sustainable. Yes, so you're doing something every day towards this. Yes, you're moving in the right direction. Joe Dispenza says, the same thoughts lead to the same choices, which lead to the same behaviors, which lead to the same emotions, which all lead to the same predictable future. That is the creative process. When you take out any piece of that and you don't get what you want. You got to line it all up. Every bit of it. Yes? Okay. All right. This is good. Our thinking sets causation in motion. So, let's affirm together. I think with purpose. And align my thoughts with divine truth. Yeah. So look at this. And then we're going to close with our song, Valerie. So look, feeling how you think and thinking how you feel. So watch these affirmations. I feel love. And you at home too, we're going to do it again because I know y'all think you just observing. So let's do this together. I feel love. I think love. And so what we're doing is this idea here, this continuous practice of thinking, feeling how you think, and thinking how you feel. Does it make sense when I say it that? Okay, thank you, babe. Thank you. Because what we're calling for right now is to be rooted in love. I feel love. I think love. Yes? So in the song that Valerie wrote, she writes, part of the lyric is, as we reclaim our rights to be, the light of love shines upon us. Victory is yours, victory is mine. Valerie Trout and Thomas Hughes, rooted in love.
As we run this race, you may get tired and want to give up. Though the feeling is real, we must have faith and trust that love will heal and guide us. 'Cause the shoulders we are standing on are rooted in love. The future that calls for change needs our love. There's no time for turning back. We are love. The good trouble that calls for change is rooted in love. We are enough. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of. We are enough. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of. As we reclaim our right to be, the light of love shines upon us. The victory is yours, the victory is mine. There's no greater love than your divine. 'Cause the shoulders we are standing on are rooted in love. The future that calls for change is rooted in love. There's no need for turning back. We are love. The good trouble that calls for change needs our love. We are enough. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of. We are enough. Hey. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of. We are enough. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of. Hey. We are enough. Hey. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of. We are everything our ancestors dreamed of, dreamed of, dreamed of.